Well, it's a bit like Christmas, but we'll get to that in a minute. They've been very busy on the Abbot. Look at that. It's looking beautiful, and I think we've got a big film for it to go on. They want 2 Abbots. Oh, how cool is that? Is that a pink bit? Oh, nah, that can't be a pink bit. That can't be. That's impossible. That's impossible, can't be. But it's getting there, bit by bit by bit. In every day, in every way, in every day. It gets a little better. Yeah, that was bright pink and a trailer queen for a long time. Now it's looking lovely. But what's very exciting, and I really need Mike, expert Jeep, to talk to, because basically what we've got is more Jeep bits come. It's so exciting. It's like Christmas, like proper Christmas, where you get something you want. Now, nice, proper, slightly dented American jerry can to go on the back there. That'll look lovely. And then I've got the handbrake and the handbrake cable. That looks a new part, which doesn't matter. That bit there is for the kind of blackout light. And what I can't understand is then the light came and it looks like that. So I've got that bit, but it was a bit like short on the bulby bit. And then I found another bit which is very exciting. Well, I think it is, but I might need a bit of advice here. Now, how special is this? Look, the guy sends me a mixture of new and old because I want it to look authentic. And that's got a red light in it. Now, that's some kind of convoy thing. Now, is that cool? I don't know. Looks it, doesn't it? And look, I don't know if you can change the bulb, if the bulb's busted, but that red lens is rather cool. So, and then there's this piece here for putting the spare wheel on, which is very, very cool. And yes, it's all kind of coming together. And then all the bits he couldn't supply, I've got another place, can't remember the name of them supplying it. And basically we're just going to keep lavishing bits on it. And then it's going to be the canvas lady. She's going to come along and do me all the canvas. Can't tell you what film it was. All I can tell you is, I'll give you a clue, dangling by a wire. And that's the Jeep, not the people. Yes, we're getting there, we're getting there. I'm very happy with the pedals now, they look pretty cool. Spot the deliberate mistake. Does anyone know what's wrong with those 2 pedals on the left? I'm still waiting for my driver's seat, which is going to go on the passenger side. Confusing. And I'm still waiting for... what else was it? Oh, I bought a bending machine. I've never been known much as a bender, but I want a proper bending machine so I can make a nice kind of hatch that goes over that in the back, because it is rigged up to take a gas bowl. I don't know why. Maybe some of the film was done indoors and they had to use colour gas, or just too mean to put petrol in it, but I find that hard to believe. The next bit I'm after is real glass, because health and safety, they had to have perspex in here for some of the stunts they were doing. So yes, real glass. I might get a glass company in Banbury to do that. And then this wheel here, this is off a modern Cherokee, and it did have this plastic kind of hubcap to make it look very jeepy. But for me spare, I've ordered another military tyre, and then I think I've got another one of these coming. Hard to identify what it is. And then I'm going to have laser cut discs made, and I'm going to put real Jeep wheel nuts on a wheel centre in the style of, and then I'm going to have laser cut discs made, and I'm going to put the discs in and weld them all up. And then I'm going to put the top of kind of big a coach bolt going around here, so it looks like it's a split rim. And that's the best I can do to make those wheels look authentic. And then I've got a really nice ammo box coming that's just the size of that hole on the front. And I've got to make some kind of fuel tank to go under the seat in the style of. I've got to put the dipper switch in, and I've got to put the starter switch in on the floor. And then it's all about seat swabs and making it comfy. Happy with this. Oh, and then I'm going to need eyelets going along here and along here. So as when the canvas comes down, it can come down to about there, and then the straps hold it tight. And then another thing I'm going to do is the one in the middle, I would like it to cam. Now, anyone who owns a Champ will know what I mean. But you have it low there, and then you put this on a kind of a cam thing, and you put it up and it locks tighter. And that way, when you put the canvas on and it's a bit tight, you then use the cam thing and it shredds it tight and it'll look brilliant. Little things like that turns a dog's dinner into something that's quite beautiful. That at the moment is at the right angle for looking up women's skirts, but it can go higher. I'll go and show you this tamp so you know what I mean. This is what I mean. Now you see that? When you lift it and you do that, the top is all floppy. See, it's all floppy. So that's how you put your top on. And then when it's on, you then grab hold of this and it cams over and it stretches it all tight. And that is what I've got to make. We're at sunny Hunstanton. It's a wonderful place to be. Ready? Get your hands on there. Ready? Ready? Here we go. Well, we're back in the real world now. And now it's time to wash all the salt off my jet ski and my Range Rover and get it all ship-shape in Bristol fashion and scrape all the stuff off the seats that Jackson has smeared on them, bless him. He's a good little smearer. Hey, right, mate, did you miss me? Yeah, a little bit. And then I want to get onto the beautiful Jeep. Got to move this out of the way. This is finished now. This is going on a one-way holiday. Now, very excited about these. Now, ooh, that is what you call a proper blackout light in red. And that bit's old, so it's probably special. Now, I've a great length. So I've managed to get the right nuts, bolts and washers. We've got 23,000 bolts, but only 17 nuts. Anyway, that's going on here. Now, normally you'd have the blackout light on the left-hand wing because it's left-hand drive. But these tracked Jeeps were mostly right-hand drive, and because of that, you'll have the blackout light on the right-hand wing. And I can guarantee you that at least 50% of the tracked Jeeps do have them on the right-hand wing, and that's a fact. Not a lot of people know that. Now the trick is to drill one hole first and bolt it on, and then a wiggly until I'm very happy where it is straight-wise, and then do the other one. And I've got to put all the right washers and split washers and everything on, because it's just got to be right. It's got to be right. Ah. If it looks right, it is right. Yes, I'm very pleased with that. It's slightly on the cookie side, but like I say, it's all coming off to be sprayed. I'm just putting everything up, and when everything's completely done, it will go on its high-speed test run, and then when I know everything's right, that's when we strip it, paint it, put it back together. I love this kind of aged look, but I'm not sure. Well, the trick now is to whip off that big 16-inch wheel, and then I've got the wheel carrier and wheel support, but I'm not just going to wing it. I'm actually going to kind of hoik it up into position. I might even string it up with a ratchet strap off that bow at the top, so as it's dangling and I can get it in exactly where I want it. Well, that's the next problem. The stud pattern for a military rim doesn't fit the stud pattern of a latter Jeep. So I'm going to have to cut these studs off, grind them off from the other side, and then re-drill the holes. And nothing's ever simple, is it? If it won't fit, make it fit. It's only metal. There we go. I can drill another hole, pop it in there. Out of a very special piece of metal, as you can see, very special, and I'm just going to give it a bit of a bend, and then with my special hammer like that, then I'm going to kind of weld that in there, and then right, now lever that off like that, simple as that. Give it a little tap down. Is it level? pretty good. With a file, but I don't want to take all the weld off because I will lose some strength. I think it's time to rip that off, and then I'll fill these 3 holes up. I think I'll put the studs on first. Right. If it looks right, it is right. If Milwaukee had sponsored me, I'd say lots of nice things about them. But to be honest, my Milwaukee drill is second hand and it is a bit rough. Okay, I'm going to weld that in there, and Bob's your auntie. The trick now is to run that nut down with a tapered edge as a packer, and then run one the other side with the tapered edge with the packer, and then line it all up. And I would like to think I can use those as pilot holes, and it'll all work nicely. Right, let's have a little look. Yeah, pretty good. And now if I roll that over, if I drill straight down there and there, that will centralise. Only thing is, I really want a bigger drill so I know I'm bang in the middle, because this will leave a couple of millimetres. I've step drilled up, and now I'm smashing through with the big one. Well, that's all bolted on beautifully, and it all lines up all square and lovely. Well, that is a bit of a milestone. I'm not blocking my rear light, but it is definitely bigger than a normal Jeep wheel. Should I go a bit higher? That won't really work with the bracket on the back. Well, not really anyway. I could go a little bit higher. Higher is probably not a bad thing, although it would make it difficult when I put my canvas tilt on the back to be able to bring it down and put it through the eyelets. Unless I have a cutout in the back, that would work. I've welded the plate on, and I've put it on once, and it all looked great, but it was kind of interfering with that light. So I'm moving it up 3 inches, and I'm not going to have through bolts because I don't want the bolts sticking out this side. So I'm threading the 2 top ones, quarter forward, half back, quarter forward, half back. It's all going very well, and I think I'm about half an hour from lift off. Well, it's on. It's finally on. Bit of a bastard of a job. Nothing fitted. Everything had to be remanufactured. Even the little support underneath, I had to cut and piss around with that. But it's all on there now, and it's in the right place, and it's not obstructing me light. And it's left me a little gap here so I can get me canvas down when I'm threading in me soft top. And me light on the front, well, I'm very pleased with that. And it's nice to know that the red lamp could be 1940s. Oh, Mike will be going crazy for that. So what are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow, I'd like to think the seat will come, the driver's seat, and I'll adjust that, and then I'll start making a fuel tank. And I'd love to think that me fancy, I've ordered a great big ammo box that will lay in the front there lovely. With a little bit of luck, that'll fit just right. I could put a tow ball on the back. I could put a NATO hitch on, which would be correct. But will I use a NATO hitch? Probably not. And I have found a couple of normal tow balls, which that would be more useful. Well, today we're dicking around with handbrakes. We haven't got all the mechanisms, so I've gone onto the driver's seat. Now, the driver's seat is different because it's got these holes here for filling up your fuel, etc. And it's got to go on the passenger side because this is the British right-hand drive conversion model. So what I've got to do is get the commander's backrest off a 432, cut a section of tube out, and then weld it in there so I can bolt the thing to the floor. At least everything's military. And at least 50% of this type of vehicle had that conversion. This is the closest Ashley comes to having a bath. Looking pretty cool. Another bundle. And the seats come out quite well. Excuse the flashing light. I don't know why it flashes. Not terribly neat, but it's not going to snap off. When I go over a bump, I don't want it snapping off, because that would be embarrassing. Okay, well, the new hydraulic pipe bender's come, and I've got some rusty pipe. And the trick now is to do the middle hole hoop so as it comes on a cam just here to make it higher, to stretch the thing, and then afterwards folds back and lays neatly across the back. How cool would that be? Yes. Driver seats in, roughly. That's a real tank which is going back, and I'm going to make another one which looks similar. Very, very similar, but obviously a completely different shape. And Dan's looking for any rusty bits on the chassis, because the chassis, much of it's original. So we're just doing a bit of plating on that. And all in all, things are progressing. Tonight, I'm mostly a bender. The only way I can check for 90 degrees is by using this snap-on floor mat, which I'm reckoning, because it's snap-on, it is probably cut square or true. Now I would say that is, as near as damn it, a proper 90. Right, let's try the other one now. So the name of the game is this frame fixed onto here, and it slips down the back like that, and then this is on here like, and then basically this skin goes like that, moves the whole frame backwards and pops it up higher, so it's higher than those two there. But when I move it forward, it brings this part the whole way forward, and it lays down neatly just inside here. What could possibly go wrong? Can't be that hard, can it? Well, it worked out surprisingly well. What I've got is a cam affair there. I might put something underneath here, but it does hang out and it's strong. And then what I can do is move the cam forward, and that folds down just in front of here, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. The idea is to have the canvas sort of sloping that way and sloping that way to keep the rain off it. I certainly don't want any bars running up the middle, otherwise you would get a bit hanging in the middle. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. I think that worked quite well. So now we want a mobile canvas person. I think I've got someone to do the seats, but the hood, that might be a little bit more. I might speak to my Polish friend.